Good evening, everyone. Alright, quick explanation if you don't know what this challenge is. Basically, I play through the entirety of Ultrakill only using the rocket launchers, which includes the SRS cannon and the freeze frame. Or at least that's what I think it's called. I don't know. But yeah, those are the only two weapons I can use. Whiplash and Feedbacker are allowed, because you apparently can't pick up skulls without Feedbacker, so, and also the Whiplash for convenience sake. And, yeah.
Yeah, nothing else. I'm already tired. It's 12:20, and I have a video to edit, so, let's just get into it.
Who knew that playing the demo man from TF2 was so fun? No, but in actuality, this challenge really sucked. First rule of this challenge is do not get up close with enemies. It will be your downfall, and you will regret it. Second is that healing is quite difficult to obtain in this challenge. I mean, you either have to use the SRS cannonball to quickly gain some health back, and even then, if the enemy doesn't instantly die, you only get like 10 points back. Or you could use a certain method that will be much more further explored in the ending parts of this video.
But overall,
1-1. But overall, 0-1 was pretty easy. Except for one thing. Introducing Maurice. The first of 3 enemies that are going to be rocket resistant in this challenge. And hoo boy, these enemies are really annoying to deal with. The thing about Maurice is that I figured out you only really need 3 cannonballs from the SRS cannon to actually take them down, which makes them a little bit easier to deal with, but they're still very annoying. Another way to take them down is by shooting a rocket at your feet and hoping that Maurice's projectiles go back into its own mouth. But that's 0-1 completed.
Bruh.
0-2 was mostly sprucing up on my rocket launcher techniques, like dashing out of the way of certain explosives, or making sure I wasn't too close to certain enemies. So overall, nothing really too major coming from this level. 0-3, nothing much really happened. We're introduced to the Schism. However, the real challenge of this level is Swords Machine. Swords Machine's challenge isn't that he's rocket resistant, it's really that he's just really tanky, and also he tries to get up into your face as quick. He gets up into your face a lot. He also does drop the shotgun, which is a little bit annoying, but you know, you can deal with that. But overall, I'm kind of glad that Swords Machine doesn't come back until 6-1. -4 isn't that big of a deal. Besides the fact that Maurice becomes a common enemy, this is also the place where I figured out that common Maurices can be destroyed with just 3 cannonballs. Other than that, pretty standard level. Alrighty everybody, let's play a little game. Did Juan forget something? Alright, on for 1. Did Juan forget that rockets don't heal you? Number 2, did Juan forget there are 5 levels in the prelude? Or number 3, did Juan forget that Cerberuses have a weakness to rockets? If you answered number 3, then yeah, you'd be correct. Yeah, like, I just completely forgot that Cerberuses take extra damage to rockets. It did make 0-5 really easy though, so I'm not complaining. God, I love this game. It's just so good. 1-1 introduces us to the drones. You know, they're pretty hard to hit, but not that bad. So, overall, 1-1 was pretty nice. In this level, I also found out that if you shoot your rocket launcher and dash at around the same time, you can actually negate the damage from the rocket and gain all of your blood back. Kind of like the green shotgun in a way.
Oh boy, 1-2. Let me tell you that this was not a fun level to deal with. Especially since the second out of the 3 rocket-resistant enemies pops up in this level. Yeah, this is why I had to dedicate a specific rule to the street cleaner, because they're just so annoying. I mean, seriously, they're like 100% rocket resistant. The only way to kill them is to wait for a full cannonball charge. And even then, you have to wait like 6 seconds for it to fully, like, load. This is why I implemented a rule that, with street cleaners specifically, I am allowed to slam them into the ground whenever I feel like it. Basically, no other enemies, just street cleaners, because they were that annoying. I mean, with Maurices, you can bounce their projectiles back into their mouth, and with the third enemy, you can at least deal with them in another way. With street cleaners, yeah, it's only the cannonball, so I need to get creative. Also, let me just say that this last room was really stressful. Like, I felt like I had to fight every single enemy. There were drones, there were street cleaners, and especially with, you know, the utter destruction of all senses, it was a little much.
1-3 really was the test level, because it throws you in a room with Maurices and street cleaners in the same room. Obviously, deadly combination. Also, since I was trying to go for S rank and kills, I was going through both sides. Also, we did not use soap on the hideous mask, because honestly, we didn't really need it. So, yeah, it was pretty good. 1-4. This was the first level I actually died in. Not really because V2 is hard, it's just kind of I had to develop the strategy. The strategy ended up being hit V2 while he's in the air, which he does a lot, and then just get up close to him and bonk him with the cannonballs. But honestly, it was alright, only 5 deaths. If I'm being honest, I completely forgot everything about 2-1. All I remember is it went pretty well compared to the next level.
What? You stupid!
2-2. And this level really puts the icing on the cake. we're introduced to the soldier, or as I like to call him, Pepsi Man soldiers, that you can kill them with rockets if you can get them in the air. It's not that bad, but like, still, it's just like... Also, yeah, this level was psychotic enough to put not only soldiers, but street cleaners and Maurices in basically the same room. So, obviously that's a recipe for complete disaster. Now that we have all three of the rocket-resistant gang, levels become harder. A lot of rooms now just become soldiers, or street cleaners, or Maurice, and those two combined. And it becomes pretty difficult. We're also introduced to the Mind Flayer this level. Not really that big of a problem, to be honest. I'm gonna be honest, 2-4 giant Minos fight was harder than I expected. Honestly, I thought the hand was gonna be the real challenge, but no, not really. You kinda just had to stand at the very back and shoot him until he died. Minos was different though. It wasn't really his punches that really were the problem. It really just was the black hole that he summons. Because instead of just, you know, standing and shooting in one spot, you actually had to move around. His second phase was also pretty difficult because I just had to hope that I killed him before the parasites shooting projectiles at me killed me. And like always, 3-1 is the challenge level, testing what you learned through your entire journey. The beginning section wasn't really that hard. It really was once you got past the spinal staircase into that room where the difficulty starts to spike. Not only are there plenty of soldiers, but in that room, you also have to face 3 street cleaners, and once you kill all the enemies, 3 Maurices. It was not fun at all. Oh yeah, also, the final room, yeah, that was, unique. Fighting Gianni wasn't really that difficult. It was more of like an endurance battle. You just had to continuously keep away from him, and then once he started doing his insults, you hit him with a cannonball, or try and dash and heal from your rocket. Other than that, once he gets to his second phase, you get to bully him a little bit before the final phase of Gianni. Honestly, that was the hardest part, but it went over pretty quickly, so congratulations, Act 1 challenge is over. Yeah, Act 2 video coming out eventually. Can't really promise anything. See ya.